What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, Rick Zach Ginn here, and welcome to Escape the Matrix. This is our first Flip with Rick Plus live event. We are super excited to finally be live here after 4 or 5 years on YouTube and social media, and finally get to see people live here. So super excited. Oh yeah. We're super excited. We want to have this event in Stuart, Florida here. This is where basically I put my first bandit sign, got my first, I didn't get my first deal in this city, but this is where it basically all started, the dream, and everything like that. And so we're super excited for this event, and we're just going to help you guys escape the matrix. So what is Escape the Matrix? What is this event, right? What is it, right? This event has 3 main goals for everybody. There's wholesalers advanced, wholesalers brand new. People don't even know what we're talking about today, right? But we have 3 main goals for the 2 days here. Main goal number 1, we are here to help you escape your matrix. Now, this isn't some weird movie Andrew Tate thing I'm trying to explain to you guys. Escape the matrix is whatever the matrix in your life is. A matrix, if you really look at the definition, there's a lot of things to it, but it's basically where you're stuck. That is the point. A lot of people are stuck in their job, their life, their work. Heck, there's people right here that are stuck making $250,000 a year. They can't get above that, right? There's people stuck in a spot and they need to get out. That is the point today, and that is where we're going to help you out. I've been in a matrix, Rick's been in a matrix, we all have. Our second goal here is to get you to your first $100,000 in wholesaling real estate. There are people here that have already hit it, people that have not. I think we all have a main goal today to help as many people as possible to get today with it, and that's what we're here, right? And the third main goal, probably one of the best ones why you guys are here live, not watching a recording of it, is to surround yourself with successful wholesalers. I've seen every wholesaling event in the entire country, the entire world. I've seen it, every single one. It's always the haves and the have-nots. And the haves are always on the stage, 1 or 2 people, maybe 3 or 4 speaking, and then the have-nots are always sitting around. But what I wanted to do special is to have successful wholesalers hop on here and actually in the audience with us, people that are still trying to escape where they're at. So not a have or have-nots, but there are going to be people with basically red name tags and people with blue name tags. I didn't do this just to be colorful. I did this on purpose. People with blue name tags have made over $100,000 in wholesaling real estate this year. They have escaped the matrix in my mind. So this is not to only talk to people with blue name tags, obviously. Everyone with a red is somebody in training to get there. But it's very, very fascinating. It's very interesting just to talk to somebody that has already got to the level you want to be at. Not many events have that. It's crazy. And so that's what we're trying to do here. And obviously us, we have no name tags, but you know, I think we've done some deals. So we're excited for this. And so that is the main goals for this event and what we're trying to achieve for everyone. Now, we're going to explain exactly what Escape the Matrix will do for you guys. Number 1, it will teach you how to wholesale real estate from the beginning. Basically, from the beginner's perspective all the way to the end. There's some people here that have been wholesaling a little bit. Maybe they've learned somewhere else. Y'all, frankly, have some bad habits. And so we got to go clean that up and have you actually start doing it the right way. Number 2, we are going to change your old self. I think a lot of you guys out here, you came in today, I think when you walk in after Friday, you're going to be different. And I feel like a lot of you guys need that change. Some of you guys are okay now, but we got to get rid of the old self. The old way you guys are thinking, the old way you guys are just imagining you're living your life. We have to change the brain. Once you change the brain, the actions change. Your actions are a culmination of your thoughts, and we're here to change your old self. And lastly, again, we're going to get you in the right room with successful wholesalers. That is the point. Now, we're also going to get you to plan to conquer your financial life. So we're also going to make you guys create a plan. So you guys are going to be with us 2 full days here. And so, you know, I'm sometimes a little brash with people. You know, just if you're not doing what you need to do, you got to be doing it. You know, there's a lot of people out here that need to make that change, need to get a plan. We're going to get you going. Now we're going to explain exactly what this event will not do.
Okay, I'm going to figure out how to work this.
So I'm the dad. I'm going to tell you what this isn't going to do, because this is the part of every seminar, every webinar you've ever done where they just ignore it. They tell you about everything so perfect. And by the way, guys, I have been to every seminar, every workshop all over the country, and there's very good people out there, but the truth is never told, and that's the biggest problem. I love wholesaling. I've been doing this 21 years, and I'm just telling you, the truth has to be told about it. It is an amazing business, but you've got to understand what you're up against. I want you to talk to people in this journey. I don't care if you got a red or a blue. The idea is you can talk to people that are along the journey. Guys, 21 years ago, I sat exactly where you are, and I freaked out. I had this little guy, I had my wife, I had a daughter on the way, I had a big fat mortgage, and I was miserable. And if you can relate, raise your hand, because I have been there. It sucks. I get it. So my whole mission here is I've been on the path you've been. If you can just trust me and follow me. I've taught this little guy. I can teach anyone. And the value I got from learning with my son was we just simplify the business. And most of the time, you just got to stand up and do what you normally wouldn't do. And if you'll do that, this journey is amazing. But if you're not going to do that, I'm going to tell you the big boy truth here. You're not going to make it, and you got to know that. You are going to be attacked by everybody, including family, friends. Everyone's going to look at you different. And when you go on this wholesaling journey, if you take the ride with me and Zach, I promise you I can change every aspect of your life. But I'm not going to do it for you. If you want to jump on, you want to work hard, that's fine. I do not baby people in this. I don't charge you the 10 grand and like make you feel good for 3 months. This is why we do the Flip with Rick Plus. And I told him about the vision. I go, we have to help people in the long run. You're going to have a great month. You're going to have a bad week. It doesn't matter. You just got to keep showing up. 21 years, guys. I did it right in this town. This is why I bring you here. And I was miserable. So let's talk about what the Matrix will not do, because this is the part nobody ever tells you. It's not going to do the work for you. I can't do it. Zach can't do it. And honestly, I'm not here to motivate you. You're already here. So we're not going to put on a pep rally here. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't work. You got to do the work. I love wholesaling. It's massively changed my life. But one of the things I see, I tell people, they think by showing up at the event, the work is not going to be done for you. You have to do it. A lot of people think by paying a guru or doing something, the work's done. Actually, that's when it just starts. Make the sacrifice. This is where I always talk about getting in your headspace. You have to make a commitment. Honestly, what are you willing to lose to be successful in wholesaling? And here's an answer that's going to scare a lot of you. You're going to have to give up everything. And that doesn't mean a bad thing, because you don't even know what, a lot of you are holding on to stuff that's not making you better. And when I say give up, you're not giving up your family. You can choose your friends. You're going to get a new place to live. I promise you that. You're going to get an incredible business. And the amazing thing happens with relationships in this business, but you got to make the sacrifice. Some of you go into wholesaling and you want to keep your old self and you want to do the wholesaling. I did this, guys. You don't want to do it. You can't be two people. Stop trying to look rich and learn to become rich. Once I had that distinct difference, everything changed in my life. I didn't care what my neighbors did. I didn't care what my friends said. I didn't care what my family said. I just wanted to focus. I don't have to be the richest guy financially, but I want to be the richest guy in relationships, everything else I do. I'm never the guy who's going to teach you how to make the most money. My job is to teach you how to have the best life, the best relationships. I'm biased to wholesaling because I've already walked the path with it. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and promise you can make 100 grand. Like, people who make promises like that, it's an absolute outright lie. One's going to make $1 million, one's not going to make it at all. What's the difference? Usually doing the work and making the sacrifice. If you can't commit to those two things, because I promise you, there's going to be people that attack you, doubt you, challenge you, and if you revert back to your old self, you're going to be right there. Honestly, the 100 grand, you got to earn it, man. And honestly, this is where most people get stuck in wholesaling. They get super excited. We all go to a seminar. You spend 3 days. You hear all these amazing stories. And you walk away, and someone has a phone call for you. And like you go, OK, what do I do? We're not doing that here. We're going to dive into this. I promise you. Every hour, every day is going to get progressively more intense. And it's by design. OK? So who is Rick Ginn? Everybody knows who I am, right? OK? So I'm a 53-year-old. Father of 2. Obviously, this is my son. I do have a daughter. She's in the medical field. And my wonderful wife's in the background. She'll stand up right there. So I've been married to her for 27 years. And by the way, she's put up with more crap. She can attest to the sacrifice, the changes, and everything in life. So if you guys want to talk to her, she doesn't like to be in front of the camera, and that's fine. But I'm all about family first. Everything I do is about family, and then I work it backwards. And as I said, I'm not going to be the richest guy in real estate, but I promise you, I'm the most fulfilled. I do everything to better my relationships. Wholesaling has allowed me to have a relationship with my family that I was absent when I did it a lot. Meaning, I went to work, I did my 80 hours. It was an absolute nightmare. And then when the kids were growing up, I was missing all the events. I just said, hey man, this is crazy. So I've been wholesaling over 20 years. I've lost count, way over 3,000 deals. I escaped the matrix at 34. I don't care what age you are. Age is just a number. You have to grow every day till the day you die. Otherwise, you're stuck. Most people at age 33, your life's figured out, and you just assume that's the way it is. It's not, guys. I'm telling you, man. You can change anything you want. I sit in the gym with like 60-year-old guys that make me look like an idiot. Like people just want to strive. You've got to be the best version of yourself. The really cool thing about wholesaling is it allows you to fix all the stuff you want to fix in your life because you get time and you get money back. And the most important thing is it's freedom, man. When you can put money in a bank account and look at your wife and go, listen, we're good, we're good. When you can take care of a sick loved one, you go, hey, we're good. But you have to make the sacrifice, guys. Nobody gets rich in wholesaling overnight. There are a few exceptions, but they usually never last because they made money, they spent it, and then they moved on. Okay? I'm here to get everything I can out of life. So you guys I'm always talking about like in your head, you want to do this and do that. I'm constantly working. I didn't figure out life till like my mid-30s. I don't care what age you do it. Okay? Because if you do wholesaling right, you don't have to physically work. Use your mind. And what's the greatest thing even when you get old? Use your mind. He's going to be feeding me deals when I'm like 90 years old. I'm like, to me, it's exciting. It's like a puzzle. So you guys know I have full ADHD. My wife will admit it. He knows I have it. I screwed up really bad in school. And so I'm not going to rehash the story, but I'm here to tell you is my disability was my superpower. And so anybody thinks they're struggling with it, I'm just telling you, it doesn't matter what it is. You do what you need to do. And I always tell you right now, you guys got to stop all the excuses. I can't help you with excuses. Okay, so here's a little bit about my career. Everybody asks, what did you do before wholesaling? And that's what I signed up for, right out of college, okay? My parents sent me to college. I got this great degree after, I think, 6 years. And there I am. That's my matrix, guys. I am stuck. I am working my butt off. So to the right is the owner of the company now. His father passed away, Andy Taylor, Enterprise. I gave them 12 years of my life. I gave them everything. And it was just, they've reminded me every day they were going to replace me. If you guys have a boss, that guy to the left was my biggest nightmare. Ask my wife. I still have nightmares about the man. He drove me into it. He didn't realize what he had. And honestly, he inspired me to make the change. So if you have that boss that's driving you nuts, or people just like, I can't deal with this, that's got to be, find your reason, your belief, your conviction. Because I put up with it for 12 years. And I didn't snap. I just told my wife, I got to figure this out. I had nothing to lose. I put my back all the way against the wall. My goal here is none of you have to do that if you have the choice, especially if you're young. Some of us old, we made choices. You can dig out anything you want in life. Okay. And then I had this little guy. I left Enterprise. That's me at my chair trying to figure out how to do this wholesaling game. And just telling you, that's the change. And that, I think, what is he, 3 or 4 there? Yeah, maybe 19, I don't know. But like, you guys gotta understand, like, that's what I look at when I see my son. So if you guys have kids, you kind of understand it. So I was able to spend a ton of time with him, and I love it. So this has done amazing things. So I'm looking more than just teaching you wholesaling. I'm really good at wholesaling. I'm not going to teach you about anything else, okay? I will teach you anything you want to know about wholesaling and being successful. I've been through the journey. I don't care if you're a man, you're a woman. I'm just telling you what I experienced working 12 years in the corporate world and what I thought was successful. It's completely night and day, okay? I'm talking about, like, if we just had a couple $1,000s in our savings account, me and my wife were high-fiving each other. Like, it's amazing. And when I made this change, I was scared to death. I tell you, if I failed, I didn't know what I was going to do. But I said, heck, I can always go back and get my other job with it. So this is my matrix. 90 grand might sound like a lot of money. They owned me. 6 days, often 7 days a week. Had to go to every drinking event, if you guys know what I mean. They drove me nuts. And I constantly had to recruit. I had 60 employees, and I just hated every minute of it. And They dangled a carrot in front of me and constantly baited me into it. I was a young man. I didn't know any better. And a lot of you can relate. What did I give up? I gave up a lot. It was painful. I gave up my dignity. I gave up my pride. And if I stayed there, I would have had a lot of problems. And if you guys can relate, I know this story. I know you guys have heard it. I just want you to understand. I have been through what most of you have been through. And it's like when you get to the other side of the tunnel, I had the ability to show my kids, my son, I was able to show my wife, and they're all kind of looking at me. And here's the one thing that you do. If you have kids, I just want, because people ask me, I was like, how'd you get Zach in the wholesaling? Did you kind of make them do it? I go, it's the complete opposite. You can't force your kids to do stuff. You want your kids to be happy and independent. That's your main job as a parent, and get them out the door. Hopefully 2021 type of deal. But you have to understand that Zach, he decided to do this. He wanted to do it. And I said, if I really want to spend quality time with him, because I never got quality time with my father. I'm just like, so I looked at wholesaling, I go, this is my lever. This is how I'm going to spend time with my family. And my kids will tell you, I drive them nuts. I went to everything. I was the complete opposite of my father. And if you guys can relate, my dad checked out of me when I was 13, and I had to figure life out. I did everything wrong. So if you've done everything wrong, you're fine. You're in the right place. It's because you've already failed. You figured out what doesn't work. Just to move forward, you're never trapped with it. So what did I give up? I gave up everything. And most importantly, I gave up like my pride and my time. 90 grand's nothing when somebody owns you. That's for an entire 365 days a year. My boss called me at 8 o'clock on Sunday night. If I didn't answer, I was in trouble. It's constantly written up. And I tried to show them how to run like profitable stuff, and corporate had their set ways to do stuff. And honestly, I didn't believe in anything. When I worked at Enterprise, I just didn't believe like what, you know, we sold stuff, you constantly upgraded, the cars were, I just hate that. If you can't believe in what you sell, you'll fail miserably. So when I go on appointments and meet with homeowners, I know if I buy their house, I am the absolute best solution for them. And I thought that way when I had no idea what I was doing. So you guys, when you think you need to know everything, you don't need to know everything. You just need to learn. We're going to start you out in wholesaling, start you out in marketing, and talk to people like, oh, Rick, what if they talk to me? Great. That's how you learn. Guys, I shook so hard my first 3 appointments. I just wanted to run and hide. It was like, but here's the deal. If you show up, amazing things will happen in your life. If you get scared, you want to go back to your old life, you're going to go to it. I did it multiple times. I kept tiptoeing, and one day I go, that's it, I'm all in. I don't care. I'm just going to do it. So that's my story. I'm going to hand off, and my son's going to give his story.
All right. All right. So, who is Zach Ginn, right? Basically who I am. I've been wholesaling for over 7 years now. It seems crazy, but 24 now. So just, life goes fast. But for the past 7 years, I've pretty much ate, breathed, slept, everything wholesaling. Anything possible, it's all wholesaling. Got my first deal at 17 years old. I'm Rick's son. You might not know that, but that's who I am. And I basically started working with Rick about 19. So first deal 17, bandit signs, went to college 18, cold calling, came back, and just started working with him. And then when we started working together, I told him, like, we got to make some more money. So we basically scaled up our wholesaling business to about 7 figures by basically when I was 20 years old. That's really the time I became a millionaire. I was at 20. So that's kind of my blueprint, 17 to 20. The one secret I can tell everyone is I didn't make $1 million by 20. I made like maybe 400,000, but I poured that into stuff that turned into $1 million. And I think that's the secret a lot of you guys have to understand. To escape the matrix, you don't need to make $1 million to become a millionaire. You don't have to. It grows and grows and grows. And so that's who I am. It's basically, my matrix is right here. And so this is an actual picture from LupaNet of the Publix that I used to work at. I thought it'd be a cool little story, like buy it. And like, I thought it was gonna be gangster, right? The coolest YouTube video ever. It was a 5 cap and it said no. So it's just 5%, that's ridiculous. So, but this was my matrix. This is an actual picture. It is 7 minutes away from this event venue right now, and this is where I spent 3.5, 4 years of my life. Bagging groceries and scrubbing toilets. That's what it is. So this was my matrix, right? Number 1, $8.25 an hour. That's what I was worth at 14, 15, 16, and 17 years old. That was what I was valued, and I was not allowed to get a raise. I was $8.25. If you look up Florida's minimum wage, that is what it is. I was working 39 hours a week at this job. I was not allowed to work 40 because they'd have to pay me more. So 39 hours a week at 17 years old, basically I was bagging groceries and scrubbing toilets. And everyone thinks I was some crazy rich kid. But when I was growing up, even Rick, this wholesaling operation, he didn't have a skilled operation like it is now. It's like a lot of people watching this, you're in your six figures, but like it's kind of like a job. He was at that point before he started scaling. So like, I was just bagging groceries. I didn't know anything better. Basically for this job, I gave up my dignity, I gave up my freedom, and it was not fun. I did not enjoy it at all. And this is my inspiration for getting into wholesaling. It wasn't so I could make some more money or anything. I was so sick of where I was at here, and I wanted to make a change. And so that is the matrix that we were in, and that's the one that we got out of. Now, you don't need this crazy thing where like you were born in this crazy situation, you had to escape and all that. This is your life. This is the most important part, and this is what you guys have to change today. So what are we talking about day one? Day one's more about implementation, and then day two is kind of more interactive. We got to get the knowledge first, and then once I give you the knowledge, we can start implementing that knowledge. So we're basically going to go over Wholesaling 101. We're going to have Open Letter speak. We're going to have Jake here. He's going to talk about some direct mail. We're going to have Jason White speaking, somebody that escaped the matrix. That's going to be pretty exciting. And then some Q&A, and then that's going to be pretty much most of the event, right? We're going to also have Bill. He is probably one of the smartest accountants I know and very wholesaling specific. This man will save you a lot of money. He's going to show you how to pay $0 in taxes legally. I was not going to have him here, but we're having a lot of people come here that have made a lot of money in wholesaling, and they don't have much time. They got about 2 or 3 months to help their situation, and I know him coming is probably going to save everyone here at least $1 million in taxes from the people that actually do some wholesaling deals. And so I feel like I needed to do it. I can never do a video or something and just say, this is tax advice. I'm not going to have the IRS down my neck. So we're going to have an actual person that knows how to help people out legit. And after that, we're going to go to the waterfront restaurant bar next door. And we're going to talk. We're going to hang out for a couple hours. And we're going to network some more, and I'll help you all out. So that's basically day one.
And the address is on your itineraries there.
Yeah, the address is on there.
You can walk from here. And then the idea is just, like, I love networking, so it's a great way to kind of get to know more people. So, guys, reach out and talk to other people in here and network, because I love these type of events. I felt after 2014, 15, they were like pitch fest. I'm like, there's no real networking going on when you're spending all your time selling me. So, we'll be there tonight. You want to go over there? And then we gave you an itinerary for day two. So if you got a break and do some business, pick your times wisely. But guys, I can tell you this, if a lot of people came from a long way, some people came from a short way, you have to be present to get the value out of what you're doing here. You have to be here. So do your business, do what you need to do, but engage yourself. If you want to truly escape the matrix, figure it out. The blueprint's all here. Me, Zach, everybody else walking around here, it's not as hard as you think it is. So get to know people, and I'll be here at like 2 full days. They're like you'll get more than 5 minutes with me, I promise. That's why we're doing this event, so you guys can reach out and talk to us. So I'm a wholesaler at heart, is what I do, and that's it.
Let's get into it. So let's talk about wholesaling real estate 101. We're just going to bring it from the top as a complete beginner. What is it, right? Just so we kind of have a, just a base so we can start putting some implementation in. So again, a lot of people know this, wholesaling real estate is the process of writing a contract to buy real estate and then selling said contract to a rich landlord or house flipper for a profit. Simple terms, you find an ugly house, you get a check. That's the point. Now, this is the entire wholesaling process. Now, remember, this is all going to be recorded. Don't have to fervently write notes. It's all going to be on here. But basically, this is the process. As simple as you can make it even more complicated. You find the property, you lock up the deal, you find the rich landlord house flipper, you walk them through the house, they like it, they sign an assignment of contract, and then you get your check. That is what this business is, and that's what I've been doing for 7+ years. And I know it seems simple, in and out, but you can make a ton of money doing this. Now, the question everyone has is wholesaling legal? Is wholesaling legal? I heard. Wholesaling is legal in all 50 states. I have done deals in all 50 states. Now, there are states that have some regulations or laws with it. Frankly, I can tell everyone right now, outside of Illinois, you're pretty much good for 90% of it. If you use a title company or a lawyer, it's really hard to screw up. if you use a legit title company that has a lawyer there, there's no way you're going to illegally wholesale the transaction. There's laws we have against fraud and stuff in the United States. As long as you follow the laws and you have a lawyer look all your stuff over, which is free, by the way, at the title company, you'll be fine. Illinois has a really weird law. It's really weirdly written, and it's never been enforced, which I'm not saying go do it, but it's such a weirdly written law that it's not even enforceable. There's laws in like England that you can't wear like a wig or something to some, and then like there's old obsolete laws that no one enforces. It's kind of like that. But I can tell you wholesaling is legal in all 50 states. Now, wholesaling is not real estate investing. I'll tell you there's a complete difference between the two. Wholesaling is not investing. You're not investing in something. Yeah, it's honestly just a business. You are selling contracts, you are not owning the house. I want to make that very clear for everyone here. You do not sell the house. You are not a realtor. A realtor is a job. You do not want to be doing that, okay? This is an income-producing strategy like any other business, except this is a business that make you a lot of money in a very quick amount of time. There's no money experience needed for this. Obviously, you can get this with no money at all. I do deals without spending any money at all, and it's fun. You can make $40,000 in the next week if you just find the right deal. And that's the point today. So again, this is the process for the last time from start to finish. In 30 days, you want to get a deal, this is going to be it. You spend the first 7 days marketing, locking up the deal, still marketing, find the buyer, walk through, closing. If you're brand new, get very comfortable with this process. I promise you after a week, it seems simple. It's tying your shoe, everything like that. People get really nervous about this. It's really not as complicated as it seems. So wholesaling real estate is just 3 parts. I've broke it all down. It is marketing, finding the deal. There's acquisitions, locking up the deal, and then dispositions, selling the deal. That's what this business is. It is as simple as that. Now, marketing. Again, this is how we find the sellers. This is how we get them to actually understand our process, what we do, and then they buy the house. We buy the house from them for a discount due to a motivating circumstance. What I mean by this is people do not want to sell their house. They have no motivating circumstance for a wholesaling deal. So what's a good deal? What's not a good deal? If there's not a motivating circumstance, it is not a good wholesaling deal. That is it. Hey, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That is how you find a good deal or not. Now, what are some motivating circumstances? Divorce, tall grass, vacant houses, stuff like that. That is just at least one motivating factor. It will be a good deal. We can call, text, email. We can send anything to them. We can even DM them. Do whatever you want. That is how you find wholesaling deals. Now, acquisitions, this is the part everyone gets all nervous of. And it's frankly not as complicated. Everyone gets a little nervous doing this. They get nervous cold calling. They get nervous talking to a seller. Now, has anybody here, raise your hand if you are married. All right, so everyone here is married. A lot of people here are married. Now, keep your hand up if on the first date you had with your wife, husband, whatever, you guys were nervous. A lot less hands, geez, okay. Well, most people, when they go on a date with someone that they're attracted to, they're usually nervous. Now, did that stop you from going on the date? No. Why? Because you knew the end goal. You knew it was worth it to be nervous to do it. This is the same thing when talking to a seller. Getting into wholesaling. You're nervous. Does that mean you should not do it? The question is, people will do that. They will get nervous and just stop. It's ridiculous. It's not what you want to do. So, of course, you're going to be nervous, but at the end goal, you're not getting married, you're getting rich. So it's another thing. It's actually easier. But this is what we're going to do. So this is acquisitions. We are actually meeting with the seller, and we're acquiring the contract to sign it and to buy the house so we can sell it for a profit. You're not being a salesman. You let people know who you are. If they want to sell their house to you, do it. If they're not a big deal. You're more of a qualifier interviewer. Really, we have it all covered today and tomorrow of exactly what to say. You're basically an actor at this point. You have the lines, you have the script, you just got to say it, and they get the results. Now, dispositions, that's just us selling the deal, selling that contract for a profit. It's really the easiest one out of all of them, and that's what we're doing. And so, before we get into the next part here, we want to know, is there any Q&A, any general questions for everyone, like brand new right now, of exactly the wholesaling process? All right.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What part of that whole process has the most variables, the one that you can mess up the most? It almost seems like the marketing one, there's too many like moving parts.
Yeah.
Too many ways, like you said, DM, call, text, it doesn't matter. It seems like that's the hardest one out of all of it. Would you agree?
Yeah, marketing is hands down the hardest part. I would say 80% of this business is going to be marketing, finding that deal. And that has the most variables because there's so many ways to find a deal. I think today we're going to talk about it. There's about 14 different marketing channels, and there's 200-300 type of lists to do, and a lot of people get so freaked out and stressed out. And what I've always found, if you focus on just 2 or 3 at a time, that's all you do, works out the best. So yeah, it's definitely the hardest part. That's why I think we talk about it the most. And if you can really master that, you're good. It's really, if you can get 30 leads in and you can only close 50% of them, which is not really a good closing rate, you can get 50% of 30, that's 15 deals. Now, if you get 5 leads coming in and you're 90% closing rate, that's 4 deals. And so like you'll get more, you can be a really good marketer and kind of suck at acquisitions and get more deals than the person that's really good at acquisitions that can't market. And so that's why we always talk about it the most and break it all down.
So I will tell you, you have to master marketing and you have to master it first because you won't get to the rest of it. And if you're trying to get to a point where you're trying to take down every process and get it perfect, you'll never start. Ask me how I know. I tried to study it, and then someone just told me, just go do it. Remember, it's about what you do, much less than what you say. And you just got to do it. It sucks in the beginning. It's painful. But without the marketing in that engine, that's why we teach marketing first. We're going to dive into it today. You don't have a business. Like, people just don't pull up to your house and go, hey, I want to sell my house. Okay? That's why I'm so adamant. You don't need an office. You're wasting your time with an office to get your deals. My goal here is to get you, not only get you your first deal, get you your first 100 grand, and then I promise you, your eyes will be wide open and you can go wherever you want. Wholesaling is completely separate from real estate investing. This is where people get it wrong. It has nothing to do with tax deed sales, nothing to do with the actual auctions. Those are where people go to bid for a house. I don't bid for anything. I don't want to pay the most, okay? So you've got to just be very comfortable marketing. And if you can figure out marketing, it's where you're going to get most of your juice. And then you're like, well, what do I do? I got deals coming in. Call them. And like, we'll keep doing it because that's what I did. I go, oh my God, I got 8 leads. What do I do? Is that crazy? We ask ourselves that question. You'll spend all this time, hundreds of hours, and you get like 10 leads, and then you go, what do I do? You've got to show up. You just got to call them. Yeah, you're going to get rejected. It's going to be painful. But I promise you, it will get you where you want to go. And this is the problem nobody tells you in this business. I am completely biased with wholesaling. I believe wholesaling is a fundamental skill set. If you learn in real estate, you can do anything you want. You take someone who's a fix and flipper, take a real estate agent, take a note buyer, take a landlord, have them try to figure out wholesaling, 100% failure rate. They will never, they're like, it's too much work. It's a lot of energy. All your energy in the beginning goes to marketing. And then we just teach you to talk to people. You are not a salesperson in this. You are a guide. You guide your sellers. And if it's a great fit, great. If not, move on. You're never going to make someone sell you a house. You're not a realtor. You're not a car salesman. 200 people are not going to walk through the door and your boss expects you to close 200 people. You're going to talk to 200 people and find 1 or 2 that wants to work with you. That's where the real work is. After that, you don't have to be a slick salesman. Honestly, what do I teach you? Be yourself. Stop. I don't need another Rick out there. Trust me. We don't need to be Zach. Just be you. Because everyone's trying to copy and do this. Honestly, people, aren't you guys sick of the fakeness out in the world? It's like disgusting. So when you connect with a homeowner and they start to be vulnerable, you have to be there. And if you're like, I'm so they don't care. I tried it for a year. It doesn't work. If you're just straightforward, you help them out, and that's it. And then I always tell every seller, and if you guys want to use this line, it works well. If I buy your house or not, I'm going to help you out. And you just got to go in and help people out. I help people out all the time. I don't even make a dime off of them. Why? Because it's just the right thing to do. You're going to see the most challenging situations. That's what we want as wholesalers. Most realtors run from what we do. And I'm just here to tell you, wholesaling is amazing. Yes, it is a job, but it's a job that pays so well and will give you freedom like whatever you want to do. If you can give me 2 years in wholesaling, it will change your life. It's not 3 months, it's not 6 months, it's not 1 year, it's 2 years. Because 1 year, you're going to figure this out. 1 year, I'm straight up with you. And then the second year, you are really going to dial this thing up. But you've got to commit to the journey. Have you ever tried anything and tried to get it done in like a 1 month, 2 months? It doesn't work that way in wholesaling. That's why we developed Flip with Rick. The idea is to kind of move you along. And I'm here to kick you in the butt. But if you'll show up and do what we ask you to do, The rest is easy. But if you don't do it, I can't make you. Zach's not going to make you. I love this business. I'm completely biased. There's too many techniques being taught out there that tell you you don't have to wholesaling. It's too hard. That's just a sales pitch, guys. If you learn this skill set, would you guys agree in the last 7 years, all the people that were really pushing wholesaling and do it, like they're all kind of struggling figuring out what to do. You know why? Because wholesaling is about buying discounted properties, finding the right buyers and moving on. In the last 7 years, you could buy stuff at a 5-10% discount and then find someone that'll pay another 10%. That's not wholesaling, guys. That's pure speculation. That's why none of those programs work anymore. Wholesaling's hard. It's a lot of work, but if you do it, it's the most rewarding thing. And the thing is, once you figure it out, you don't have to come in and out of wholesaling. If anybody comes in and out of wholesaling, they were never cut for this business. Oh, when the real estate market's better, I'll do then you're not wholesaling. So I just want you to understand that. If you guys want to escape the matrix and do this, I've been on the journey. I'm just telling you, you've got to start believing in yourselves. Okay? Me and Zach believe in you. Obviously, when we did this mission, everyone was like, you guys are nuts. I go, that's perfect for my personality. I'll do this. Everybody told me we'd fail. You can't do this stuff. I'm tired of people overcharging for these programs and not getting results. My goal here is to have everybody get their first deal, get you to $100,000, and the ones that want to move along with me and partner up and do deals, let's go. I'm going to find the winners in it. I will give you everything you want. I don't care if you don't have a dime. I don't care if you got $5 million. That's the beauty of wholesaling. We don't care how much money you have. Give me someone who's going to hustle and grind it and give it 2 years. It's unbelievable. Guys, I went nonstop. Ask my wife, 7 days a week. I went crazy. And I had a full-time job, 70, 80 hours a week. My back was against the wall. And my goal here today is wake someone up. Don't wait till it gets your back against the wall. So be yourselves, guys. Like, that's what people want. They don't want fakeness. You all smell it. You all hate it. So don't give people that. When they want to meet with you, show them yourself. And every one of you, I tell you all this, God gave you a unique gift. I don't know what it is. You guys know it. If you don't know it, ask a family member or ask a kid. They'll spit it out in 2 sentences. And just go with it. If you're funny, make people laugh. If you're charismatic, be charismatic. If I'm a very empathetic person. I feel people's pain, but I always thought it was like a curse. It's actually a gift because I can help people out, and that's what I want to do. I hate when people get ripped off in this business. I want you to be free. So it's not me against you guys. And I get people like, well, Rick, I have people in here that are in my market. I don't care. I'm going to celebrate everybody's win. So if you guys want to come along the ride, we want to take you.
Yeah, we're excited. So in the next... Well, in the next 2 days, I think everyone's going to get very comfortable with each other. We purposely made this the smallest type of room possible. We try to make it in the smallest city possible. We go to Dallas or something and have double the people. We just want to make it as small as possible because I will let everyone know, my word, this will be probably the smallest event I will ever do. And it's only going to get bigger. So I'm really appreciate everyone coming out here. It means a lot. And the next 2 days, we're going to get comfortable with each other. We're going to get uncomfortable, though. We're comfortable with each other, but we're also going to get very uncomfortable. That's where I see the most growth for everything. Like I've always said, how does a lobster grow? Their shell doesn't move, but they grow. And so every time a lobster outgrows their shell, they have to go under a rock and create a new shell. It's really uncomfortable. Once you get so uncomfortable in your own shell, you break out of it, you go into the rock, and then they get bigger. That's how crabs work too. You're going to do the same thing. You got to break out of your shell, go into your rock, get really uncomfortable, and then you emerge something better. So what I'm going to do is something that's going to get someone a little nervous, but we're going to just have everyone introduce themselves. And the most important part is you got to let us know what your biggest issue is, your biggest takeaway, what you need the most help with. And everyone's going to know everyone. And what I want everyone to do is have everyone introduce to each other. So we'll start with Joel right here. And yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, real good. So I'm Joel Kimpo. I live near Flagstaff, Arizona. I live in the forest, so I'm pretty remote from that standpoint there. But the markets I've been hitting have been primarily in Phoenix, Kingman, Lake Havasu, Las Vegas. So those are the areas I'm familiar with. So I think my biggest problem at this point is still getting the marketing dialed up. I just recently retired from AT&T and retired U.S. Air Force as well. So I just feel like I've been put out to pasture, but that's where I am there. So, done.
My name is Joe Enrico from Redondo Beach, California. My markets are Jacksonville, Florida, Oklahoma, and St. Louis, Missouri. I would say that probably the part that I'm working on the most, or need probably the most help with is just notice that people, when I'm talking to them, that they like it when you're from their city and to go visit, to see them face to face. I think that's probably the biggest thing that I want to do more of, or maybe network with you guys, is on some deals. So that's probably the biggest thing I'd be help with.
Hello guys, my name is Luca. I live in Dallas. My virtual market is Georgia, and I am boots on ground in Dallas. One thing I'm struggling with the most right now, I'd say, it's probably delegation, lead manager, and hiring acquisition. So.
Dan Santini. I'm in Pensacola, otherwise I was telling him referred as LA, over Alabama. And I'm working my local market and focusing on that until I get that consistent, and then I'll, expand after that. The biggest thing that I'm struggling with is just dialing in on my marketing and what works best for me, and figuring out how to focus on incoming leads instead of externally going after it. So that's what I'm working on here. And networking and meeting with people to work with.
My name is Clive. We used to have 5 in London, England. It's a bit of a journey to come today. I'm alive as well. I come from Glenwood, Florida. I'm actually a flip. I take the notes of that. I don't think I'm really getting up right now. So I brought my Velcro rig and get my Instagram and I need to start again. I've been flipping my whole life, so I know about rig hats and everything. I know how to talk to people to get my next deal one after the other. I'm a useless wholesaler because I don't do marketing. But I'm here to learn, and I'll get where I'm supposed to go. Cheers.
My name is Chris. I was basically corporate management for 20 plus years. I'm here to help Clive along with the journey through this dimensional law. So I'm here to learn and go from there. So, I'm from Florida, Florida. I've never seen snow. I'm from Jacksonville. I started wholesaling a few months ago, and so my biggest challenge right now is marketing and finding the right channels and cold calling and getting that, not being so shy. So nice meeting everyone.
My name is Rebecca. I am from Denver, Alaska. My marketing is all virtual. There's not very much in Alaska. I've been trying to do this for a year and a half. Being virtual, I don't see a lot of people, so I hope to network with all of you guys because there's not much out there in Alaska. My biggest struggle is consistency. That's my biggest downfall. So I'm trying to learn to be more consistent and work on my marketing.
Hi y'all, my name is Amelia. I'm from Tampa. I'm a Florida realtor. Struggle? I don't know, because I'm just messing up somewhere. So hopefully I'll figure it out today with Zach and Rick. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Zach Johnson. I'm here with my wife Rosa from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and so I think our biggest struggle is that we just got into this a couple weeks ago. So we're trying to dive in quite a lot of details. I come from an engineering architecture background. I always want to get into the details, and I think that's the biggest struggle is trying to separate going in and diving into the details and kind of actually getting involved. So that's what we're kind of working on right now.
My name is Rosa Johnson. I'm here with my husband, Zach. Like Zach said, we just started a couple weeks ago, so we're very excited to be here to network and just dive right in. I come from the corporate world, so I'd like to excited to be here.
Hi, my name is Carly. I'm a mother of 7. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, so I'm here to make a better life for my kids, and very excited to be here. And I went to hell in the airport, so my memory kind of shot today. So I do have a lot of questions, so I'm just really happy to be here.
Hi, my name is Teresa Finley, and I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia. New market, I just moved there last year from Colorado. So I was doing a little bit of wholesale there and needed to take a break, so Brad with this too, and had some kind of big life curveballs, so I'm new, so consistency, getting everything set up, and super excited to get on this. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nina, and I'm from the Midwest and also Boston, and really excited to be here. I was in a couple of other big networks, and it was really exciting being there, but after we got to the coaching, we had a million meetings, I really felt like I could get positions, but I didn't know anything about these positions. And then when you guys said, forget everything you learned, I was like, yep, I'm going to do that, because I feel like they're hitting every black and white point you can hit. So I just really had a good time looking through all the videos and sometimes watching them like over and over and over, because I'm like literally doing something and I'm following to the T, and I really feel like it's making a huge difference. And the one thing I really wanted to hear is the oh snap from
Come on. My name is Scott. I'm from Ventura, California. I spent most of my real estate career flipping vacant land, double escrowing vacant land in Arizona. Then I went into shopping center development. I built the first Walmart store in Arizona. Sold my commercial development company to a REIT on the New York Stock Exchange. Essentially retired. Have been a little bit bored fooling around in California for the last 10 years, so I decided to enter into a new phase of real estate, late in my career, and I thought wholesaling was really exciting, and I was really excited to come across these guys. So I'm setting up a new operation, and I'm moving from California to Florida next year. So I'm tired of the West Coast politics, and looking forward to doing that.
My name's Roger Irons. I live in a little town north of Tampa called Dade City. And I'm one of those dummies that paid 40 grand to a guru 3 years ago. And they pushed me to flip because I've been flipping for the last 3 years. And I'm just sick and tired of seeing guys working physically a lot less harder and making more money. So I see my biggest weakness is wanting to keep falling back into that trap. So simply kind of like, that's it, this is the last flip. But this is the last flip, and that's what it is.
Hey everybody, my name is Jack. I live in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. My biggest trouble right now is keeping myself accountable, sticking with the plan. Sounds pretty common to me so far. But that's what it is. Started learning about wholesaling late last year. So pretty early on in the journey, and I'm really excited to meet everybody here and talk some more.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Christian Monteras. I currently work at Publix, yeah, I run Publix liquor, so anybody wants plans. Really, what I'm working on right now is embracing the unknown. It's really tough for me because I'm so conformed and used to my matrix at Publix and time management. So, thank you.
Hello, my name is Stephen Russell. I'm from Long Island, New York, and I'm looking forward to networking and learning a lot of these new systems with Rick and Zach. And yeah, I did some, back in New York, I flipped some houses, and so I want to understand that part of it, but the wholesaling part and all these new systems. I'm not great with computers, so I'm looking to improve that. And that's it. I'm recently retired, and I'm looking to relocate down here and give it my all.
Hey everybody, my name's Dana, and I'm from Melbourne, Florida, so I'm in these guys' market. And I've been stuck for 2 years now, stuck in the home brewery thing, and just education, trying to get out of that, have been just scared out of my mind for whatever reason. But I finally just figured out recently, it's like, you know what, I don't care anymore. I'm getting out of this, and I'm going to do it, and I'm following these guys. I'm going to do everything they say to do, and I'm going to be one of the ones. So, so I'm just here to get started, to get the marketing, to just get the plan, and to go.
Hi everyone, my name is Philip. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And just like Roger, I actually also paid like this. I'm still owing like 13,000 to with like the cost. I've been in and out of wholesaling, which I've not like made any deal wholesaling from doing the pattern some little fleet. But now I'm like fully into going into wholesaling, and I just want to keep myself accountable and network, and also like other people, and also being able to really get out of that rabbit hole, understand, and like really be where I want to be, and actually like the life I envision for myself and my family, to be able to really help and get things done. And I really appreciate them, because it's like I was talking to you one time in my life, and I wish I had listened to you before doing some of this still hectic, because I was like really tired and like really into the low of getting to understand the mindset and really putting in the work. So now, and that's what drove me to coming down to Florida to meet like my people and to be able to really give my all right now. So thank you.
Everybody, I'm Clarence. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Born and raised in Albania, and I've been here for about 7 years. I've been in sales for about 2 years, and the first one was automotive. I quit that, and then I went to internet sales, door to door, and I had to go back in my country because of some circumstances. My family was there, so I had to get a month off. They didn't give it to me, so I quit, and then I haven't gone back to work again, and I've been following Zach and Rick for about a year now, and I'm thinking to go full-time into wholesaling now, because if you ask for some time and somebody doesn't give it to you, like Rick said before, earlier, you know, just gotta get out of it. And my struggle is consistency and discipline. I'm trying to discipline myself. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mara. I'm 18 years old. I want to say that I first started off working at Chuck E. Cheese. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is. I was 18. And I've been doing super hard, and I went from, you know, I did clothing, and I also did, and I also worked at, you know, multiple other jobs, you know, fast food, all that stuff, right? I got into wholesaling about a year and a half ago, and I started really wholesaling 6 months ago, near like, you know, late February. I've sold 3 deals, and I just bought my first property last month. And then, really helped me out. I've been listening to them for like a year and a half now. I was there as soon as you guys started the course with Plus. You guys have helped me out, and then hopefully I can learn about some taxes as well, because you know taxes is about to come up, and I have to pay some money on that. And then yeah, I just want to learn now with everybody. And I'm located near Portland, Oregon, and I work all over Oregon and going into Washington as well. Thank you.
I started wholesaling in 2020. I'm actually a director and photographer, so a lot of my background is editorials, photo shoots, a lot of big other gigs and stuff. But I found Rick and Zach like 2020. I watched their videos every single day, 7 days a week, for like 2 years straight. And now I'm, here. I'm a little bit in the background, so I'm trying to be more present. So I'm glad that you had Flipwithrick Plus. But I guess my biggest struggle right now that I would say is scaling and delegation, like Luca. But I'm excited to meet all y'all. I know you said, what's your name? Teresa from Virginia Beach. So if anybody's definitely from, anywhere, but in Virginia, I'd love to connect with you a lot more. But I'm excited to meet everybody.
like this kid, so, or guy. And we just started binging just like Ace, and we watched everything that you guys have ever made. So that was really helpful for us. And from there, I started cold calling 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, until we got our first deal. It took us 6 months, and now, yeah, it's flowing. So I think my biggest struggle right now is killing the hustler and transitioning to being more of a manager. So we have 3 cold callers and a researcher. And so, yeah, just really killing that hustler and working on managing more and delegating because I'm a big shorter. Anyway, nice to meet you guys.
Hi everyone, my name is Nate Boros. As Naya said, we work together in Jacksonville, Florida. I think our biggest struggle really is trying to scale without outspending ourselves and trying to be smart with what we have and continue to do well with the small team that we have, while still trying to help people. Thank you.
Hey everybody, my name is Grant. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I've been wholesaling full-time. Well, I've been wholesaling for 3 years now, full-time. I was landscaping, just listening to podcasts all day while I was landscaping, while I was wholesaling, and started making calls. Actually, on my way home, like in the car, was my first like actual cold calling session. I just piped in the motor dialer, like on my way home from landscaping. I got my first deal, and listed on the market. I got an offer. It was like $80,000 profit, so it was crazy. But now I'm just wholesaling full time, and my biggest challenge is scaling and delegation. So I'm doing all my texting, I'm only doing texting, and I just need to scale, ramp up the marketing, doing more delegation, and probably adding more cold calling, calling the government lists. Yeah, that's it.
Hello everyone, my name is Nate. I've only been doing wholesale for probably 2 months now because my friend Evan, he got me into it. I knew about it for a while, but I never jumped into it until I had him to explain more stuff to me. I was like, okay, I want to try it with him. But my biggest struggle probably is building a relationship with people, communicating with people, and then also trying to dispo properties. We've got a couple properties that we're trying to dispo right now, but I think we'll get it done, but it's just taking some time.
Hey everybody, my name is Evan Hamilton. So we're from just a little bit north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I knew about wholesaling for about a year, and then I was working for a line clearance company, fell out of a tree, tore my ACL. So I use that off time, like the second I could walk on my crutches. I was out setting bandit signs, just walking around every day. So I guess my biggest struggle right now is organizing all my marketing, like keeping track of everything. People who call me back, I'm like, you called me, I'm like, I don't remember who you are. That's pretty much my biggest struggle. Look forward to talking to all you guys. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jorge Cortez. I'm from Florida. I'm very nervous around group settings like this one right now. So I'm very introverted, but I want to destroy that and be less more out there with everyone. And I would like to talk with more people. I want to communicate more, connect, and just get some views so I could do something more than where I'm at currently in life. It's short. I want to spend more of my time with friends, and I want to build art. So yeah, I want to also do.
My name is Doug Legler, and I'm local to this market. As a matter of fact, I shop at the Publix where Zach used to work over there. So coincidentally, my office building is directly across the railroad tracks. I've been in real estate about 20 years. I'm a partner in a commercial real estate brokerage firm in property management called Amiens Southwest, which is, like I said, it's the largest of this market. It's literally right there. We also have a construction company, and I guess the problem with all of that is it's successful and it's great, but it's also very intensive, a lot of moving parts. which translates to a lot of obligations. So like I go on vacation and half the time I'm doing, my work, my deals, and my kids are playing, and it's just, I'm in like a slow motion transition, I guess you could say. I've got all of these service industry businesses that I make a lot of money and I do great, but it takes all my time, and I do my real estate investing as well, which I have for a long time, and that's been great. So I'm transitioning more to something that is, I guess you could say, more life quality friendly, which is, I think probably a lot of people are here to do that. So where I'm stuck is I have a lot of obligations, and I've been doing this kind of slow motion like transition, but I gotta kind of like ramp up this and get more into that. So, I guess that's what I'm doing. So I'm here.
Like similar to Doug, my husband and I have a couple of successful businesses, but they are very time consuming, and we want to build something that we can pass on to our children. And similar to like what Zach and Rick have, like we want to, through wholesaling, get deals, like build up our own portfolio so that way, we can make our millions by not necessarily through just wholesaling, but through things that will appreciate and we can actually pass on. So I got struggles with all of you guys, mainly working on trying to figure out how to grow a team to work smarter, not harder, so that I'm not the one doing everything and I can actually be an involved mom, because family comes first for us as well. So that's what I'm looking forward to getting from this. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Vito, I'm a businessman from Denver. We flew in after a 10-hour flight, unfortunately not on a private jet, but my wife tells me that only events like this, we're going to hurry up and get it. Look, like a lot of you, I got a lot of weaknesses. Rick, you have ADHD, so do I. But the thing that excites me the most about this business is the ability with sales and marketing to actually scale it. And that's my biggest strength too. And it was a bad time for me to spill some water on my shorts. I promise I did not pee myself.
You got so scared about speaking.
It's okay. It's okay. No, I don't mind. Anyway, good to see you guys all, and let's get jets. I don't know if it's a real goal for any of you guys, but it certainly is for me, and I'd love to take you guys on. Let's be there together. So good to see you all.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jason Goop. I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm a single father of 2 kids. I own an appliance repair business, so I do that in the morning, and then I do wholesaling in the afternoon. So I would say one of my biggest weaknesses is being scared to lock up contracts. I'm always like, man, I lock this up, and we're about to close it, what if. So I'm happy to be here and looking forward to it.
My name is Mike Flory from Rhode Island. I started wholesaling at the beginning of the year. Prior to that, I sold pretty much anything you think of, solar, kitchen knives, insurance, like everything. I've done a couple of deals this year, but my main struggle has been consistency and discipline. I did really well at the beginning of the year and then kind of tanked over the summer. So I'm just looking to get back to that place that I was at when I started and just keep scaling. So
my name is Michael Fenimore. I'm originally from Louisville, Kentucky. I'm over in the Hernando County area of Florida about 1.5 years. Started wholesaling earlier this year. I got a deal with Rick and Zach at I'd say 3 weeks in. And then summer's been kind of slow, but I'm really starting to ramp it up now. I got a couple deals in escrow. So things are looking up. I still do work a full-time job, so I would say that's my biggest struggle is just trying to balance that out. But hopefully within the next couple months, I'll be doing wholesaling full-time.
Hello everyone, my name is Jason White. I think I might be the only person here that doesn't live in or want to live in Florida. I don't know what's up with that.
sales there. I started following Zach and Rick in November of 2021. And I got my first deal shortly after, around January. And with their guidance, I kind of just took off from there. Did over 30 transactions in 2022. And it's going really well this year. So for us, my business partner and I, our main objective is to try to scale, take our business to the next level, consistency and delegation. We need to bring more people into the team. I'm drowning at work.
Good morning, guys. My name is Lara. I'm from Dallas. Most people just call me Rose. My name is kind of hard to pronounce. I really just feel like I'm lacking knowledge, but I feel like I'm at the right place. So I'm just hoping to grow in business. Thank you, guys.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nader Musa. I was in college studying engineering, so I went to University of Wholesale. Thank you, Zach and Rick. My biggest struggle probably is getting my systems dialed in and avoiding leaks, spillage, and loss. So yeah, appreciate it.
Good morning, I'm Tony Zach. From Atlanta and mainly do the Atlanta market. I've been following Zach and Rick for a while now, and I'm thankful for you guys putting on the event. And my goal here is to be able to scale my business and just grow from there. Thank you.
Hey everybody, my name is Jake Soper. I'm from the Greater Boston market. I've been working with Zach and Rick for a couple years now. On the marketing side, I actually work for Open Letter. So I'm really happy to see some familiar faces and names. And let you guys know about some of the marketing that we do. Some of the struggles for me, I'm a realtor right now, but I'm looking to take some of my knowledge and apply that to wholesaling and other types of investment.
My name is Ori Barr. I'm from Bay Area, California. And it says my markets are Alabama and Georgia, but right now it's basically probates anywhere I can find them. And I guess my biggest goal is to get kind of like an inbound lead machine going of some speed. Just happy to be here and happy to talk to everybody.
Hi everybody, my name is John. I'm originally from Connecticut. I drove up from Miami today, but I've lived there for 11 years. I've been in wholesaling for a while. I have a lot of knowledge about it, and I fell into that same guru trap. I pretty much made every mistake that possibly is to make. The past doesn't equal the future though. I'm ready to finally do this and get it done because none of these jobs we have are safe anymore. I'm tired of being a slave for somebody else and can't truly be free without money. So I'm ready to do this. Let's go.
My name is Dan Armstrong from DeRidder, Louisiana. I started back in March taking action and did 4 deals so far. Total about 25,000, but then I got kind of lazy. With working shift work, my story's kind of like Rick's. Been at my corporate job for 10 years. Got 2 kids, a wife, and 31, and looking to get out of there. And my main goal to come here was to be a schedule and network with all you guys. So.
I'm Kelly out of Wisconsin. Just wanted to thank Zach and Rick for putting this on today. Good to finally get to meet them, and they gave a big warm welcome to me and my wife out there, so you can tell they come from a heart of service, and just makes us want to serve them back or JV or whatever in the future. So currently got a deal in the hopper from a probate lead, so if everything goes well, we set the make 10K at the end of the month.
Hi, my name is Yvonne, also known as Ivani Murray, and I'm from Michigan. My local market is all of Michigan and Toledo, Ohio. I have 2 businesses that I'm understaffed, so it's very difficult for me to run both of my businesses. So I hired a virtual assistant to assist me. Not sure where I'm falling short. Finding cash buyers first, and by the time we finally find a deal, it takes so long to find. Then the cash buyer is busy or whatever. Vice versa, trying to get the the property and trying to find a cash buyer. It's just been, I don't know. I have been able to get my first deal. This is 1 year this month that I've been in wholesaling, so I'm here to try and figure out what am I doing wrong. So I'm happy to be here.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jay. I'm from Pennsylvania, Allentown, Pennsylvania, but I live in Orlando for the past almost 9 years now. I'm actually a fourth generational barber. I've been cutting for 12 years since I was 14 and 26. I'm looking to just, have financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom, generational wealth, give back, and prioritize my happiness. So I see that with the lifestyle that Rick and Zach have, it seems that you can achieve that. So I'm looking forward to networking with everybody, getting to know you guys, seeing if, I can make it happen. So my biggest struggle right now, I would say, is inexperience. I found out about Zach about a year ago, started diving in. I bought a course before. I don't know if you guys know Fat Shoulder in kind of Seattle.
We bought that course.
Yeah, it was a wholesale course I bought, and it really didn't teach as much as, the free content from freewholesaling.com, so I was just like, yeah, I gotta take advantage of this. So, I would say communication, even though I've been cutting for 12 years, meet everybody, talk with people all day, I would say it's dealing with objections, kind of just on the fly. But, like they say, practice makes improvement. So, yeah, everybody, nice to meet you. Looking forward to talking to you guys.
Hi, my name is Aisu Elorhan. I never done wholesaling. This is my first time come to the here. I do own 2 businesses successfully, and my friend is saying should try it, get inspiration from wholesaling. All the people go to meet, and I do my strong side, and I would like to try. I came from all the way from San Diego to here meet you guys. Thanks so much.
Our job is to get our kids independent and get them happy. So what we want to do right now is
appreciate everyone introducing themselves. I got a lot of stuff I want to talk to everyone about. One thing for Douglas is I don't think I even told him. There's one guy, his name's Devin. He just messaged me out of the blue about some deal, and I was like, it didn't look good for me. It was like a commercial deal. It was on MLK, right there. I was like, the area's not good. He made $175,000 on a land deal, commercial, and I'm like, it changed my life on like where I'm at. And I thought, if Douglas can figure that part out, the commercial side on the wholesaling, it's insane. So that was the first time I've ever seen someone make $180,000 on an assignment locally here. And so we're excited. Dana's here. She's looking to get going in Brevard. I've done more 6-figure deals in Brevard County than any other county. It's insane. And these are properties, they're $200,000, and I'm making $100,000 on it. And so you're in a great market. There's so many awesome opportunities everyone has right here, and I'm super excited. I don't know how many kids in Dallas that get so many deals. You got Nader here virtually doing it, and so you can do it anywhere, and that's kind of the point. And so we're pretty excited about it here. So if you guys have any specific questions, we're gonna have someone speak after this, and we're excited.
Yeah, because now after this we're gonna go in the market and we're gonna go into it hard. So before we get into it, I know this is a basic recap, but I'm telling you guys, if you've done wholesaling for a long time and it hasn't worked, reset your mind, okay? I'm 53. I majorly damaged my shoulders because I have poor techniques when I work out, and it got to the point it was tough to even sleep in bed. It's a 53-year-old problem. You'll get it when you get there. But I had a choice. Either I stopped coming active and I just complain about it. I went, I did the most painful therapy. They call it PT. It's pain and torture is what it stands for. So it was terrible. Guys stretched me out, charged me a fortune. And then once I got it worked out over a few months, he's like, you can't go back to the gym. I go, you crazy? And he goes, you've got to learn good habits. So now I'm taking instruction from a 20-some-year-old kid, and I have to lose my ego. So remember, I always teach you guys to lose your ego. If something's not working, guys, I bought a lot of bad courses. But I always look at you got to look at the silver lining when you buy a course. I bought one of the worst courses in my life when I didn't have any money, and it dug me in such a deep hole. It made my commitment level higher. So if you bought a bad course, welcome to the club. You are not a freak. You are actually the norm. We've all gone through it. The reality is when you start out in wholesaling, you are a target. You are vulnerable, and everybody wants your money. That's the truth you're never going to get. I'm telling you from a person who has been through this 21 years. I got a lot of experience doing it. So if you got a specific question, we're going to go into marketing. If you want to get something out now, we want to talk about it real quick. I'm going to get somebody up here to speak that's demystifying the matrix to kind of show you, and then we're going to go deep into marketing. So any questions? We can answer while I'm here. We'll run around real quick, and then we're going to dive into marketing. I'm sorry. We're going to have somebody come up here to speak. Yes? Yeah. So you guys, you understand, if you guys get on a bus to go to Home Depot, you are not wholesaling. Look at whatever you're taking instructions for. I remember once I got on a bus to Home Depot. I'm like, we're staring at toilets. How the hell am I going to make money doing this? Wholesaling is my favorite thing because I do have ADHD. I chase stuff. So I'm a guy, I like to hunt, I like to fish. Wholesaling is perfect for me because I just hunt. And when I find it, I get it under contract, I get really bored. And that's where I got in problems. 7 years, guys, I did this business all by myself. I hated dispositions. I sucked at it. I did so many deals, I didn't even care about dispositions to the point guy goes, I'm making more money than you are. And I'm just like, crap. He just sits there and takes my deals, and he learned it. So I took 6 months and learned how he did dispositions, gave him probably another 200 grand, and I figured it out. So for 2 years, I just spent all the time with a motivated seller. So if you have a specific question for me and Zach, and it's like burning your brain and you got to get it out now, let's do it now, and then I'm going to bring some up here to speak.
What was the hardest, struggle that you did with your transition from going into dispositions? Because I'm kind of going through that right now in my local market to where I'm so hyper-focused on...
Just speaking that, it's portable market, I promise, yeah.
Hyper-focused on talking to motivated sellers, that's really all that I care. I really relate to that with you. So what was your biggest struggle?
So my two biggest challenges, I'll tell you. Number one was the self-confidence and belief. I always felt like, okay, this is the last deal. Oh crap, here we go. And they kept coming because I kept busy. And then number two is I learned that busy work is a waste of your time. So a lot of us come from the corporate world, when the boss is coming, we used to say the Eagles landed. Everybody puts on the part. It all falls in that philosophy. Do you want to look rich or do you want to be rich? And I just got so I go, why do we do this when this guy comes in? This isn't how we do business. No, we got to put on a dog and pony show. I started to get busy and I started doing stupid stuff like working on logos and doing graphic design, and none of it's ever going to make you any money. I once spent 5 hours on a worksheet trying to figure out how to do it. And someone goes, you can have someone for $10 do that for you. I'm like, so I'm the type of guy who mowed his own lawn, fixed everything in my house, because that's what I did as a young man when I didn't have a father around. And I'm just handy enough, I'm dangerous. So I purposely didn't have him go deep into the tool sets, do all the stuff I did. And I said, you got to use your brain, you've got to think differently. Your dad did it wrong. You don't have to do it this way. And I'm just telling you, I got busy with stupid stuff when I started doing deals. You know why? Because I reverted back to my old self because I was scared. So when I used to get really stressed, I'd go mow the lawn. You know why? It was predictable, it was comfortable, it was easy. Who does I'm going to clean the house instead of doing this? We do all the stuff to try to avoid and distract us. You guys got to understand, you are wired from millions of years ago, okay? And life isn't designed like this. You should not be stressed every minute of your day of your life, trying to figure out how to pay bills, how to get your kids to school, and how am I going to survive? How can I take care of grandma? How can I take care of my parents? I've been through 2 aging parents. I've been through a lot of stuff in my last few years, and without wholesaling, it probably would have broke me. COVID was one of our best times. We had a blast. We lost a lot of employees, and we just dove in. I go, let's just do it. So me and him had so much fun for a year and a half, just going back to old school wholesaling, and that's where we kind of go, listen, let's let's get to the basics. Let's get to the core of what we do. If you find yourself busy, you're not being paid for it. Busy means broke. Busy means broke. You ever tell that person, I'm so busy? It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything, okay?
Does anyone have any graphite or WD-40 for that door?
Yeah, well,
my ADD is
we'll get it. It is. I hear it. We'll work on that. But I'm just telling you guys, it's like we are going to spend 2 days and go through everything. I'm just telling you. So my two biggest pain points, the busy thing gets, like you're going to get good, and then you're going to start to revert back to a lot of the old stuff you do. And it's going to take you out. One day you're going to go, crap. And every time I got in trouble, I just went to marketing. I deep dive in a list, and I would go. And sometimes I get pissed off, and I drive in the car and go pick up like 300 leads. We used to have a day, like when we were short on leads as a company, I made every employee jump in a car and do driving for dollars. We do the government list. He's kind of coined the phrase, because I taught him, I go, hey, we do these lists. I go, they work, no matter what else we do. We do those lists and all the other stuff on top of it, but those lists are what got me out of the matrix. I, for the first 2 years, survived on code violations alone. It was easy. I go, crap, they have an issue. I had the same problem as you guys have, but I'm just telling you, if you keep busy with marketing activities and meeting with sellers and get rid of all the other stuff, you'll do very well. If you've got to understand marketing law. I've never met a wholesaler who wasn't really good at marketing. And we're going to talk about today the things that actually work. And by the way, I have tried literally everything. And I'm going to show you. Now, the unique thing is we all have local real estate markets. So you have to take some of the stuff with a grain of salt, because sometimes in California it operates a little bit differently. But there is definitely trends, and you can follow them. We're going to go through. We're going to show you all the 14 different ways you can generate a lead, and I'm going to show you the only ones I use. You guys already know it. I'm just going to remind you of it. And the minute the guy goes, hey, why don't you try this little trick? It works really well. I'm like, how much is it going to cost me, and who am I paying? And it's like every time I go through these, it's the same thing. Wholesaling's been around long before I ever was, long before he was, and it will be here forever. It is a skill set. If you learn it, it's unbelievable, okay? From 2008 to 2010, I thought I was losing my mind as a wholesaler. It was, the market completely shifted, but I stayed busy, and I loved it. I really enjoyed that time. And then really at the next 10 years, I'm like, this is crazy what people are doing in wholesaling. Like this isn't wholesaling, it ain't gonna last. And now you guys are seeing it come to fruition. People are just like, I don't know what to do. It's because you were doing it wrong to begin with. You got really lucky. You were a speculator, and I don't speculate. Wholesaling is a job. Okay, any other questions? I'm going to bring somebody up. I'm telling you guys, I'm here to answer everything. We're going to deep dive into the marketing, and you got to ask a lot of questions when we do it. So you'll have plenty of opportunities to do questions.